What's going on, fam? Hope this message found you all well and in good spirits. Before we get started, guys, hit that subscribe button and that thumbs up. And in this video here, guys, what I want to talk about is a comment I had in another video, and that was basically about my blood pressure, right? So he didn't ask me to make a video on this topic. I just wanted to make one for myself. I made a video on this previously, like in the past. I don't know if any of you guys watched it or not, but I'll go ahead and make a new one. And basically what this is about is how does my blood pressure run with anxiety, right? Is it low? Is it high? How is it overall? So I want to start out by saying years ago, this is probably 15 years ago, something like that, my doctor told me I had high blood pressure, right? So basically, every time I went to the doctor, my blood pressure would be high. So I know that some of you guys have dealt with this before. It's pretty much the anxiety just from going in there, your blood pressure goes high. So that wasn't exactly the case for me. Some of that was happening, but my blood pressure was a lot higher than it should be when I went in. All right, so he gave me a blood pressure medicine, and it did lower my blood pressure, but at some point in time, I actually felt like my heart was beating like super slow. And I mean slow to the point where I could actually feel it beating slow. Like I was worried about it. I was like, man, something feels like my heart is beating super slow. So I grabbed my blood pressure cuff, I checked it, and nonetheless, my heartbeat was slow for me anyways. It was like 29 or 30 beats per minute, something like that. Super, super slow for me. Although I do have a slow resting heart rate, it's not anywhere near that low, okay? So immediately I stopped taking the blood pressure medicine. I figured it had to be something to do with that, which it was for me, from my experience. You guys have your own path and just figure it out yourselves, but I'm going to tell you mine, all right? So for me, the blood pressure medicine was making my heart rate go lower. It was lowering my blood pressure also, but at the same time, I'd lost like about 10 pounds. So I think the weight helped just a little bit as far as bringing my blood pressure down, all right? But this is what happened, guys. What I noticed was, even with the blood pressure medicine, if I didn't take, and this was before that I noticed my heartbeat was low, I noticed that if I didn't take my anxiety medicine, when I was taking the blood pressure medicine for that day, that my blood pressure would be high even if I took the blood pressure medicine. My blood pressure would still be high if I took my anxiety medicine late in the day or something like that. I would notice it. I would catch it still high, even on the blood pressure medicine. So this told me that it wasn't a blood pressure issue because my blood pressure was still high on that medication, but only if I didn't take the anxiety medicine, all right? So I quit taking the blood pressure medicine, and then I started just taking my anxiety medicine then at this time, all right? So what I noticed was anytime I took the anxiety medicine late, my blood pressure would start creeping up slowly, right? And what it was just more anxiety. My body was creating more anxiety. My blood pressure was going up. And so this is how I noticed that I didn't need the blood pressure medicine anymore. And then every time I took the anxiety medicine, it could be 30 minutes to 2 hours later, down would come my blood pressure. And this kind of caused me to start really checking my blood pressure a lot. And I won't get into that a whole bunch. You know, I got another video on that, but I started checking my blood pressure a whole lot because of this reason. And I got really OCD about it. And eventually I just had to throw that thing aside, right? But what I noticed was anytime that my anxiety is high, my blood pressure is high, okay? So do I feel like I have a real blood pressure problem? I'm honestly not sure. I just know that my anxiety causes my blood pressure to be high. If I went all day long without taking my medicine, there's no telling where my blood pressure would be. It might balance itself out, but it'll definitely skyrocket, right? So for those of you that's taking an anxiety medicine and you feel like you need to be on a blood pressure medicine, I'm not telling you what to do. This is not any kind of advice, but just kind of look into it. You know, you guys ask my opinion on anything that's happened to me, and this is what I'm telling you. So this was my experience. You know, if I personally didn't need the medicine, and my doctor agreed with me after I told him and showed him what was going on. All right, so which is a good thing because I don't like putting a lot of medicines in my body like that. So I was proud that I could get off the blood pressure medicine, but knew that I had to keep up with my anxiety medicine. All right, so that's my blood pressure story, guys. If any of you guys can relate to that, please leave a comment down below. And like I said, guys, please hit the like button. It really helps out the channel. It helps it get out to more people, helps this little channel grow into more people that suffer just like us, all right? I love each and every one of y'all, and I'll see y'all in the next one.